Hey guys, Tez here, and you may be wondering, hang on a second, this does not sound like Tez at all, or this does not sound like Jamie. What's up? Well, basically, I have a cold. I've had a cold since last Wednesday, I want to say? I don't know, but it's what, Tuesday today, so I'm finally seeing the end of it. But yeah, I had some free time and I thought, I've missed posting up to YouTube. I know it's a little bit of effort for me, and I'd rather actually be playing Xbox right now, but I thought, well, as as though some of you do like my videos and I feel bad for not posting, so I thought I'd pull my finger out and make a video for you to enjoy. And this is it. I got this game about 20 minutes ago actually. Type 95. It's not a Moab. It's not that amazing of a score, like I don't know, like a 20 KD or something ridiculous like that. But I just felt like I was having a lot of fun playing it. I was always in the action, and I just felt like if I wasn't here, then the team might have suffered a bit and maybe not have won. So I thought that was good enough to post. There was someone, I watched a video today where someone was saying that they're fed up of seeing in their YouTube feed or whatever it's called constant people uploading Moabs and uploading high KD gameplays, and they just prefer entertaining games. So I thought that maybe I should put up an entertaining game that wasn't a Moab or a high KD. Well, I say high KD game, this one's quite a high KD, but I don't particularly go for my KD as such. That's kind of the game that I think the person was saying that he prefers, and his YouTube channel is Foxify, and I think he goes by the name of Myru. I believe that's right. If that's wrong, then I apologize. But as you can see here, my throat is a bit, it's lost my voice a little bit, and I'm all bunged up and all that, but it's alright. I will just power on through. I have a little bit of a story to tell you, actually. I'm not going to talk anything about the game, apart from I stick around this area for a little bit. I don't really cap that many flags at the beginning, but towards the end I start to play more objectively just to go for the win, and hopefully you'll enjoy the game. And if you do, please like the video and let me know in the comments. And at the end of the day, if I see that videos are still getting a good reception and people are still enjoying them, then I'll post more, because I mean, I'm not doing anything for a week, so I've got plenty of time. As a hair just falls off my head. Like, why am I molting? I'm not a dog or a cat or other things. But anyway, this story, okay, this story is about work. I've worked there since just before Christmas, and I was ill about a week and a half ago. I took a Monday off work or something. I think it was a Monday. And basically, the reasoning behind that was I didn't actually sleep at all the night before. I wasn't up watching TV, playing Xbox, or all that lot. I actually went to bed dead early because I had to be up for 6:30 in the morning. So I was in bed at like 9 o'clock, and I could not sleep. I was lying there wide awake all night. I didn't have a cold back then. I was a little bit, I don't know, I felt normal during the day. And I went to bed and I just could not sleep. It just would not let me go to bed. And I ended up shivering quite a lot of the night. I had like a cold sweat and just couldn't sleep. So it was getting on to about midnight, and I was thinking, oh come on, I've got to go to sleep now. I have to be at work for 6:30, so I'll get a good 5.5 hours sleep, which will be better than nothing. So come on, I just need to go to sleep. And I'd lie there and sleep would just not come, and I'd be like, what the fuck. We got to about 2 o'clock in the morning, and bearing in mind I've been awake all the time, like I specifically remember seeing the clock each quarter to the hour and each quarter past the hour. I would keep checking, like, well, I'll go to sleep now, I've got so and so how much time's left until I have to be at work. And I would just not sleep. It was like 2:45, 3:15, 4:45, 4 o'clock, 4:15, and it just kept going on and on and on. And it got to the point where it was about 4:30, and I thought, screw it, I'll just ring in sick, because I can't go to work for 9.5 hours, or however long it was, without having slept and feeling pretty shitty. So it was about 5 o'clock in the morning, and the policy at work is that if you're calling in sick, you have to call in an hour early, or an hour before you're supposed to start. So I was starting at 6:30 on that Monday, and I would have to have rang in at 5:30. nobody gets there until 6 o'clock in the morning. So I was sitting there thinking to myself, do I bother ringing in at 5:30 just so no one can answer the phone? It seems pretty pointless to me, and I'd waste the minutes on my phone or whatever. So I thought no. I thought to myself, right, people get there for 6 o'clock. That is when the doors are opened and the manager's there to unlock everything so we can start working. So 6 o'clock dead, I rang in. It was about 5:30 and I got my phone and I was sitting there and I was just waiting, just chilling, doing what I'd done for the whole of the night. And it got to about 5 minutes to 6. So I went downstairs so I could speak on the phone without waking anybody upstairs that was already asleep. And I was standing in the kitchen. It's about 5:58 and I was looking at my phone. I was like, right, okay, I'll find the number in my phone book. The second it changes from 5:59 to 6 o'clock, I hit the ring button so I cannot be any earlier or any later than dead on 6, like I said. So it was 6 o'clock, I rang, I waited for it to ring a bit, and the manager answered. I'm not going to say his name or anything because it's not my call to do that. So the manager answered the phone and I was like, I'm sick, I can't come in today. He sounded grumpy, and he was. I found out later that he was really pissed off that I wasn't in. But I said I was sick, I had a cold sweat, I couldn't sleep at all, I hadn't been to sleep all night. I really didn't feel well and I just was not well enough to work. And he was like, fine, and then put the phone down. I went into work the next day because I managed to get a good night's sleep the next night. Well, I say good night, it was probably just because I was overtired. But I went into work on the Tuesday, it was about midday that I had to go in, and another manager, I almost said their name then, but another manager came in and she asked me to fill in a back to work form. And it was basically, if you're ill, you have to note it down, so if you're ill so many times, then they can see, and then they can launch an inquiry or whatever, which is partly why I didn't call in sick on Sunday, when this cold was still really bad. That was 2 days ago, but I worked through that just so I didn't get in trouble. So she asked me to fill in this back to work form, which we did. We went into the staff room, filled that in, and then she started talking to me about the work policy. And she said, did you sign the work policy before you started? And I was saying, yes, why? And she started saying, well, you have to ring in an hour before work or before your shift, and if you don't do that, then you're in trouble. And I was like, well, my shift started at 6:30 and no one's in at 5:30, so that was pretty impossible for me to do that. And then I said I rang in at 6 o'clock dead so that I could say the earliest or speak to someone as soon as I possibly could. And then she was saying that the original manager that answered the phone told her that I didn't ring in until 6:20. And I was sitting there thinking, okay, now either I fell asleep and woke up at 6:15, rang in at 20:20, or this manager's completely lying. So I said to her, no, I rang in at 6 o'clock dead. I was absolutely positive that I did. And she was saying, okay, well, I'll go and speak to the manager to find out. So I'd finished that, I went back to work, and she came up to me 10-15 minutes later, and she said that the original manager said that I rang in at 6:20, and if I didn't have any proof that I ran at 6 o'clock, then she can't take my word of it, and she has to take the manager's. So I was like, okay. So I pulled out my phone and I opened up the call log, and I showed her that I rang in at 6 o'clock dead. And she looked at me, kind of just was like, oh, okay. And then she said, well, I'll go and speak to the manager, and then walked off. And I was just sitting there, just a big smile on my face, because I don't like the manager that answered the phone to me in the morning anyways. And he tried to lie and get me into trouble, and oh man, it just felt so good to get one over on him. But that was all I heard about it. I didn't get into trouble for phoning in late or phoning in half an hour early, because like I said, I couldn't ring at 5:30. But yeah, so that was a bit of an eventful day, that Tuesday. And then the following weekend, I actually had a really good weekend. I went out on the Saturday night. I went over a friend's house to watch the MotoGP on the Sunday. And then on the Monday, we drove my car down to Kent, which is about 60-70 miles away from where I live. And we went to watch the British Superbikes, and that was freezing cold and a really good day out. And I think, actually, come to think of it, that's probably why I actually had this cold. It didn't catch on for a couple of days after, but I don't know why. Sorry for the little fade in screen then, I forgot to hit the controller to wake it up again. But yeah, so I'm sitting there with the cold still. I'm hoping it's all going to go away. My lips are bright red and sore as hell. I look like a clown with the fake lips on or whatever with the lipstick, because my lips are just bright red and sore. But yeah, I'm doing alright. Hopefully you guys are alright. I mean, like I said, I haven't put up a video in a while. I've been really lazy and I'm sorry about that. I did put up a video a couple of weeks back saying, oh, I'm getting into this YouTube thing again. I think what I'm going to do is, instead of saying that, I'm just going to put up videos when I feel like it. I'm going to try and make sure they're not too far apart, and hopefully if you do like them, then please leave a comment, leave a like for the douchebag of a boss that I have to put up with, and tell me any funny stories that you have for your work or school or something like that, and maybe I'll start telling more stories in my videos. So thanks guys, and speak to you later.